Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I filmed this very dramatic smoky eye. It's like an all black smoky eye, which I honestly don't ever do. I think this is like maybe an every 2-year occurrence. So I'm very excited to show you guys how I created this look. And if you want to see eye swatches and hear my first impression thoughts, then just keep watching. If you guys are new to my channel, welcome. My name is Karen Harris. I like to film tan girl friendly makeup videos here on my channel. I'm on a bit of a streak at the moment. I've been uploading pretty much every day. I know there was a day at the beginning of the month where I skipped, but I'm kind of on a film edit upload kind of rhythm right now. And honestly, you guys are so sweet. You're always like, how are you doing this? And you guys, I work from home and right now I'm getting like so close to my maternity leave. So I'm not really working. Like I work maybe an hour at my other job every couple of days. And so YouTube's kind of like been my exciting thing that I get to do on a daily basis. So if I'm making you feel like you're not being productive, please just know that I'm really not doing anything else other than hanging out at home and waiting for baby number 1 to arrive. So yeah, I just wanted to give that disclaimer because I know how it is when you see people on Instagram and YouTube and you're like feeling like they're so productive and you're not. So I'm just here to bust the myth. I'm basically just staying at home right now, hanging out. So that's why I have time to edit and upload all in one day. So anyway, without further blabbering, let's get into the video. So I decided to go ahead and grab this palette from Sugar Drizzle. Now this is a new to me brand. I haven't tried anything from them. They do have a few other palettes and it seems like most of their palettes like sell out and stuff. So when I saw that this one had launched, I hopped right on it and decided to try the brand because a few of you had mentioned in new makeup release videos that you did enjoy this brand. So I did decide to give them a shot. Now I did film eye swatches of all the shadows, but I really wanted to get my fingers in the shadows and see what they all feel like before I show you eye swatches. So let's go ahead and just give these a bit of a swatch on my arm because the pigmentation of some of these on my eyes was definitely not as pigmented as the shadows that I saw in their photos on their website. So I just want to see if there is a difference between the finger swatches and the eye swatches. Okay, so I'm glad I went ahead and dipped my fingers in these pans because they definitely felt softer when I touched them. On my brush, I did feel like they were applying kind of like they were a lot drier. I feel like the arm swatches show more dimension than I saw when I swatched these on my lid. So that's kind of interesting. I do feel like this shade Squad Gnomes is kind of a dud shade. I don't know. It has like a duochrome to it, but it's very, very slight and it just wasn't very flattering on my skin tone. But yeah, it's a nice palette. Let's go ahead and roll into the eye swatches though, because I think that'll give you another perspective on this palette. Okay, so I'm gonna do eye swatches of the Gnome Chrome palette from Sugar Drizzle. This literally just arrived, so I slapped on some makeup and I want to do eye swatches and then I'll do an eye look for you guys. But this is an all shimmer palette, so I thought it would be fun to do eye swatches. It is currently sold out, but I'm guessing there will be a restock at some point. I will double check that, but I was so interested in trying this brand because they are the brand that also launched the infamous pickle palette. If you guys remember Picklegate, it was like mostly a joke about pickles and dill pickles. Anyway, we're not gonna hash that out, but this palette retails for $42.95 and it's currently showing as sold out. It is limited edition. So I don't know, maybe there won't be a restock, I'm not sure. But it does say that these shadows are hand pressed and the shadows may or may not have minor imperfections on the finished product. Some palettes may or may not have slight dents on the corners. Each eyeshadow contains approximately 1.8 grams of product and their formula is super buttery and these shades are super pigmented and brilliant. We suggest using a non-silicone eye primer to achieve the full color effect of these shadows to prevent creasing. Vegan and cruelty free. Do not test on anyone but ourselves. She also doesn't accept returns, just so you guys know. and then the ingredients are listed on the page for the palette as well. So I will put the link down below. I'm really excited. The swatches of this palette really caught my eye. I have so many all shimmer palettes, so I feel like there's definitely going to be repetition in shades throughout the beauty community, especially with small indie brands. But I wanted to try this brand because I was curious and you guys had told me good things, and I was really into the color story, and it was in stock when I was on their website, so I was like, let me just order it. I don't have any eye primer on, I just have a little bit of foundation on my lids, so we'll see how it goes. But I'm going to use a flat Sigma brush, and I'm going to start off with the shade I Gnome You, which is this really pretty green. So let's see here. I'm excited. I haven't done an eye swatch video in a while. They're kind of a pain in the butt, but they are so fun. Oh my goodness. Stop. That applied so nicely. Wow. I'm impressed. That's a really pretty shimmer green shade. Oh, it's so pretty. Okay. What do you guys think of that color? I think it's gorgeous. Okay, so the next shade we're gonna swatch is Trick or Treat. Oh my gosh, it's a pretty purple. Oh God, that was so nice. I didn't even have to wet the shadow or anything. That green shade was impressive. The shade is like a lilac shade. So there is Trick or Treat. Let me know which color is your favorite so far. You guys know how much I love green eyeshadow, so I'm definitely biased. But okay, so next we're gonna swatch the shade Poison Apple, which is this really pretty orange. And I'm so excited. It's perfect for Halloween time. It's a pretty color. It's a really pretty orange. It doesn't really have like a duochrome though. It's just like a metallic orange shade. So I don't think it's like anything life-changing as far as like a shade goes, but it's pretty. Okay, next I'm gonna swatch the shade Pumpkin Patch, which is this really pretty red shade down here. This one looks like it's some kind of duochrome maybe, hopefully. Or maybe it's just a red. So there is the shade Pumpkin Patch and Poison Apple. I feel like those should be switched around, like Poison Apple should be the red and Pumpkin Patch should be the orange, but it's kind of a twist. Next shade we're gonna swatch is Witch Please, right there. This is more like a green eyeshadow topper. So it's like a very sparkly shade, but no base really. I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see it on my lid without a eyeshadow underneath it, but hopefully gives you an idea on what to expect. I'm trying to layer it a little bit so you can see it better, but essentially it's like a pretty green, like firefly color. Next we're gonna swatch Bat My Eye, which is that purple. It's pretty. That's a pretty color. This is like a pretty purple with a black base. So the shadows are nice, but so far I haven't seen anything that I'm like, oh my gosh, you need to stop what you're doing and buy this palette. Plus with the $42 price point, I feel like personally the It's Belle duochromes have more like punch to them. These ones are just pretty sparkly metallic shadows, but I don't know that they're like really shifty or sparkly if you're looking for something like high impact. I hope I'm making sense. The next shade I'm really excited for, it's called Haunted House, and it's like this beautiful gray. So it looks a little bit different, a little bit more spooky, Halloweeny. So let's see here. Oh, that's pretty. It's like a gunmetal, actually. That would be the perfect description. Ooh. Could do a really pretty smoky eye with that. Lots of silver sparkles. That's a really pretty color, and I don't have a shade like that, I don't think, in any of my all shimmer palettes. So pretty. Okay, next is the shade Everlasting Gnome, and that one looks like it's a purple blue shifty shade. Kind of looks like a multi-chrome. We'll see. I don't want to get overly excited because I don't want to be wrong, but I have something like this. I mean, I have this shade from like Dede and stuff, but I'll go ahead and swatch it for you guys. It's like a green with a black base and a duochrome purple, I think. So there's the shade Everlasting Gnome and Haunted House. Okay, my eyeballs are on fire, so I'm down to the last row. We're gonna swatch the shade Beautiful, which is a beautiful like minty shade. And then we've got Creeping It Real, so I'm gonna swatch these two on my eyes. Ooh, that's pretty. It's very celestial looking. It's like a pretty blue, pink, purple chrome shadow. Ooh, it's like a mermaid. Trio chrome? I don't know if we can call it a multi-chrome, but it's definitely got a few shades of shifts in it. That's pretty. And then Creeping It Real. Oops. Ooh, it's like a soft shadow. This one I feel like I have in my collection. It's like, it looks like purple in the pan. When I swatch it on my eye, it looks green. These shadows are nice, but they're nowhere near like Adept shadows, I will say. And even It's Belle, I think, for me, is gonna swatch better than this. This color is straight up weird because it looks so purple in the pan, but in the swatch, like when I look in the mirror, it looks green. So you guys will have to tell me, do you see purple or do you see green? Because I see green. Okay, so it's time for the last two shades. We have Squad Gnomes and Candy Corny. So let's see how those do. I will say that if you like this palette, I'm curious to know, have you guys tried Adept? Because like this shade, I mean, it's nice, but is it like changing my life? No, it's like a very powdery duochrome, like a purple pink, but there's no like extra shimmer to it. It's just a very shade. And then Candy Corn, let's see if that impresses me. Some of the shades are impressive, but I'm just saying like majority of the shades, it's like they're kind of meh. So I would say that you can spend your money on other palettes that'll bring you way more. Okay, so my camera battery died when I was swatching that last shade, but here are the two shades, Squad Gnomes and Candy Corn. What do you guys think? You'll have to let me know. I think these two are not that impressive either. Like, they're okay, they're sparkly. I'm gonna try and do an eye look though and see how it goes, because I think when I pair these with some mattes, they'll pop a little bit more. I don't know if I'm gonna do one eye look or two eye looks, but let's see what I feel inspired to do. Okay, so my face is ready for the eye look. I decided I'm gonna try and do a smoky eye. It's been a hot second though, so bear with me. I did grab my Blend Bunny Blends palette and I'm gonna try and see what I come up with. But I'm a little bit nervous because black eyeshadow just makes me nervous, and I'm just gonna throw this in my crease. Okay, so since I have pretty deep set eyes, I don't want to go too crazy. I'm just gonna stop right here and I'm gonna grab a flat brush and put on some of my black P. Louise base, which I don't know if I've used this a ton, but I've just heard this is like a good eye base, so I have it in as many colors as possible. And you can like use, I think, like an eyeliner pencil for this. Oh God. I just got some on my lower lash line. Be a YouTuber, they said. Do beauty YouTube, they said. Nobody said that. I'm just kidding around, guys, just so you know. Okay, so I think I have my base down pretty good. I'm just gonna grab the Gnome Chrome palette and go into the shade Haunted House. And I'm just gonna stamp that on my lid. Okay, I really don't know what I'm doing, so that's why I'm being so quiet, because I'm trying to focus. I'm gonna go into the gray shade in the blends palette and just kind of blend the outer edges of the shade Nevermore, just so it's not so harsh. And I'm gonna grab this Patrick Ta eyeliner. Gonna grab the Sigma brush, which is like a pencil brush, and pick up the shade Nevermore again from the Blend Bunny palette and slowly smoke up the lower lash line. Okay, so I hardly ever do eye looks like this, so I'm really focusing, but basically what I did was I smudged out that Patrick Ta eyeliner with the black eyeshadow, and then I'm just adding a little bit of the gray eyeshadow as well, just to kind of give it like a diffused look. And I want to do an inner corner shade. I'm trying to think of what shade to use in the inner corner just to give it a little bit of a pop. So maybe I'll use this shade Bootyful in the Sugar Drizzle palette, because it's like a unicorn shade. That does work really nicely with that, actually. Okay, the look is pretty much done. I just need to do some mascara, fix my hair, and all of the things. So I will be right back to give you guys my thoughts on this eyeshadow palette and show you guys the final look. Okay guys, so here is the final look with the Sugar Drizzle Gnome Chrome palette. I was really attracted to that shade Haunted House, so I really wanted to create an eye look with it. And I had a lot of fun doing it. So on my lips, I'm just wearing the Tower 28 lip gloss. This is a new shade in Chestnut that I've been loving. And then everything else is the same makeup that I've been wearing this whole week. And then for blush, I did change up my blush. I did use the shade Ruby Pop from Clinique. This is one of their new Cheek Pop Pearls, the blush Lumiere version, so it's like a little bit more shimmery, but everything else is the same that I've been using. And as far as the palette goes, I kind of stick by what I said. I think it's nice, but I feel like definitely Adept makes better shimmerier shadows. I wasn't gonna show these, but I actually had them conveniently stacked like very close to me, so I did decide to kind of go ahead and show them off to you guys. But I know the Adept shadows are a little bit more expensive, but I feel like I notice a difference in the quality, so highly recommend checking out the Adept shadows. That would be what I would recommend. I know you guys always ask me like in DMs and stuff, you're like, Karen, this or that, this or that, and sometimes I have a hard time deciding for you guys, but in this case I feel like save your money and go straight for something like the Adept shadows. Or if you're on a budget, I would recommend taking a peek at the It's Belle eyeshadows, because those ones are really sparkly. And I do have a eye swatch video of their last palette, the one that's called the Flare palette, so I can try and remember to link that in the description box for you guys if you want to check that out. Obviously everything is personal preference. For me, I prefer the other formulas that I mentioned. I just feel like some of these shadows are just really nice metallics, and then some are like multi-chromy, but it's nothing new. I feel like I have these singles in other collections. That is my first impression thoughts on the Sugar Drizzle Gnome Chrome palette. It's currently sold out, so you can't really get it anyway, but if you are still wanting to get it, I will link it down below. Maybe you can follow them on Instagram or something like that. Let me know, have you tried the brand? What did you think of this palette? Have you been interested in it? Did you purchase it? I want to know. You guys know I love talking to you in the comments, and I will see you in my next video soon. Bye guys!